What's going on? Your boy Chili. You know the deal, the two-piece going down every Tuesday, and I did get to stop by Texas Roadhouse, got myself some of those like biscuits or whatever. I like to turn those things like into French toast. I like to take a whole bunch of them and turn them things to French toast. But I had to go out there to support these Arizona State football players. Shout out to my guy Devin Horn out here actually doing some football work. If y'all don't know, make sure y'all tune in. Timeout Dev. He's posting up some good stuff. I'll be trolling heavy. He's been doing a lot of stuff with Turf, traveling around their circuit, the 7th Circuit with them, and putting up some quality video work. So if you guys need some video work and he's not tied up with Turf or hoops, he can probably fit you guys in. Make sure that you guys pay accordingly. My guy K Visuals also out there getting some heavy work with the flicks. My guy JJ Digos, he's out there doing a lot of sevens work, soccer, baseball, all sorts of things. So make sure that you guys support and pay them. Take care of them, pay them. Make sure that you pay them. That's the key. If you need some basketball work, though, for sure, my guy Devin definitely get you right with that. So timeout Dev, but I think it's like time OXT Dev. So make sure that you guys find him, lock in, and make sure that the bank accounts is right, because these guys don't work for free. I know he'd be working heavy also with his guy Pete, who'll be taking hella pictures. Also shout out to my guy Blaine Shot That. In case y'all don't know, he's usually floating around the Awatuki area. I've seen him in Lifetime getting swole. He might be the swollest like camera dude out. Not the swollest, because there is my guy over there on the west side that's hella swole, but he's definitely the swollest under 25 camera dude out there for sure. So shout out to him. I seen all the Arizona football kids doing their thing with the graphics, things like that. So just want to show them some love. Make sure that, like I said, take care of them. These guys don't work for food stamps. These guys don't work for EBT credits. These guys don't work for snacks and drinks and waters and stuff like that. Like I know I do that a lot, but like that doesn't mean try to do them like that. Just make sure that you give them their juice. Johnny Shields was good. Chili, respect. Hey, I appreciate you tapping in. I'm gonna catch up with I got a super special interview lined up. Before I forget, I do got a super special interview lined up. No, it is not one of the ASU kids that I saw out there at Texas Roadhouse. Shout out to my guy Butter Tollefson. I saw him. He was about to engage in the line dancing, TikToking stuff that they were doing out there with some of the fans. I put it up on my Twitter at Just Chili. Coben was solicited to do some of the line dancing and some of the TikToking stuff, but he opted not to. Didn't want to show off all that footwork, I guess. But there was a lot of folks out there. Showing love, giving back, the fans, a lot of support. The restaurant was on tilt, fully full. So that was cool. And they were playing games out there. They were playing some bags, things like that. So I do got this super special interview lined up. My guy Gridiron's going to join me later on the show inside the numbers segment. You know the deal. We're doing multi-sport athletes for one more week this week, and then we're going to tap into something else. But I do got a super special guest that I cannot wait to catch up with. I really haven't talked to him live, vlogging, none of that stuff. So this is going to be interesting, but super talented athlete that's been super busy. So I'm surprised. I'm actually stunned that he could fit me into his busy schedule that's loaded with, I don't know, football offseason conditioning, some light hoop work, some sevens traveling around the country, getting that work in with all the celebs. And then, by the way, don't forget about that schoolwork. He's an academia nut. So taking care of business straight out of Saguaro. You know the deal. I got to catch up with my guy, Aidan Whitaker. So just hang out for a second. I'm going to bring him on the show, and we're going to chop it up with the one, the only super talented multi-sport athlete, 7-on-7 dynamo, Aidan Whitaker. Hang out for a second. Aidan, what's good, man?
What up?
Hey, super busy, man. I'm just grateful that you could fit me into your ridiculously busy schedule, man. Talk to me about this. How are you juggling all this? Like, when do you fit sleep in?
I've been doing it since I was young, so it's kind of natural, I guess.
Okay.
But sleep just comes. It depends. Sometimes you get a lot of sleep, sometimes you don't. Depends on how the
So
day comes.
so you've mastered the power nap.
Yeah, most
You've
definitely.
mastered it. You know how to put your head down for 20 minutes and get a full tank of gas out of that, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, look, I got to know. So last week, me and Gridiron were chopping it up, talking a little bit about you. Some things, I'm just going to share with the audience in case they forgot. But we got a chance to, we really got a chance to dive into some of this stuff. First off, I got to catch you out there, watch you go to work. You didn't have time for no interviews then, but dude, you did that C1N tournament out there at Millennium, absolutely cooking as a wide receiver with that Young Star team. Boom, fourth name on the list. That's not in any particular order, but there are some dogs out there, and you were right there with them. And then also, you're doing the basketball thing, like the nonstop, the go go go. Is it catching up to you at all?
Not, I haven't felt it in my body so far, but hopefully not anytime soon.
Okay. And then how about the schoolwork? Like how are you staying on top of that, finding time? Like how much midnight oil are you burning getting the schoolwork done? Like what time do you usually get to bed after that?
Probably like 10. It's easy to stay on top of it if you stay on top of it. You know,
Okay.
it don't
Okay.
stack up.
Well, hey, what is your favorite subject though?
Probably history.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So so you kind of have to love a lot of the politics stuff that's like going on. Now I don't want to get into like whether you're Republican or Democrat or whatever, but just seeing all the stuff that's taking place, like you got to kind of like be embracing this and learning a lot in this moment
Yeah.
about the country and stuff. Any teachers in particular that have had that impact that kind of drove you to loving history so much?
No, I really just like learning about around the world and like other places
Okay.
they live, their culture, all that.
Yeah, like what so when you go to college and get that bag, get that NIL bag, where's the first place where's the first place that you want to take care of yourself and get that passport stamp for?
Um, Probably like Paris, Eiffel Tower, like some nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, dang. So you really have thought about this type of stuff,
Yeah.
like and not just the Louis Vuitton go yard shopping sprees, but you really want to go see like the Louvre and the Eiffel Tower and the sewers and all that stuff. Really get to embrace the culture out there, huh?
Yeah.
Eat some baguettes, eat some all that good stuff. Hey man, Aidan, I just love your drive and what you got going on, man. And I'm just so fascinated. Look, man, I'm curious. Saguaro football. A lot would say that a lot of people would say that it was a down year last year. I tried to tell everybody like all the transfers and stuff. People didn't really give Coach Kelly a shot to show what he was capable of. Like, what are your thoughts on the situation and how are you guys going to make that thing right moving forward?
We got put in a really bad situation, losing all the bodies last year. We were very short, like handed, but Coach Kelly stepped up and he's like made like these kids that you wouldn't think were varsity athletes like play a big role, like improve a lot and like care for like everybody there's like journey, and I
Okay.
think it's gonna really impact how we come out next year and like send a message to everybody.
Oof, I like that. I like that. Hey, like I said last week, me and Gridiron, we were talking about multi-sport athletes, and we have a ton of them. We have a ton of you football players that look. Everybody always says football players think they can play basketball, but there's a couple of you guys on here that can really do that thing. Rico Blasingame, yourself, Jaden Rogers. Where do you place yourself in football players that can play basketball within the state of Arizona? Would you say that you're the best one, or top two, not two?
I'm top two, not two.
Top two, not two.
Top
That's
two,
what I
not
like
two.
to. That's what I like to hear, man. Hey, Aidan, look, some of the young dogs over there at Saguaro. Who should we be on the lookout for? Who can we expect to pop off this coming year?
For football,
Yeah, for football.
this receiver Oliver. I mean, he's not even young, but he didn't really get as much shine as he should have last year. We should have some freshmen. We should have who else, man? We got a lot.
Because you're gonna be in a leadership role. So like,
Yeah.
who are some of these guys that you're thinking that you're gonna push?
I'm gonna push everybody in my position to be the best they
Okay.
can. Yeah. And
That's what I like to hear, man. Hey, my guy Aidan Whitaker from Saguaro. Hey, the recruiting process, so much has changed over the past like 3 years. That you've been able to witness the transfer portal, the development of it. How are you using your time to make sure that you're ready for college camps and things like that?
just like stay training all that like I did before I had offers. Just don't like let it get to me and perform as good as I can every time I can.
Okay. Hey, look, Aidan, you got any camps that you're planning on hitting? Any of the Under Armour rivals? Any of those that you're planning on being at?
I'm not too sure yet.
Okay. Well, hey, when you do find out, you got to let me know. Also, Coach Ramirez, Coach Kelly, which one of those guys pushes you harder?
They both do. They push me in different ways.
And how cool is that to have two coaches with different dynamics, working with you?
It's great. It shows that they both care and that they want me to be the best I can.
All right, man. Hey, look, Aidan, I got to catch up with you more as the off season develops and stuff like that. I'm guessing that your plate is going to stay loaded. Track. What do you got coming up next?
Track, probably, most likely.
Okay. What events are you going to be doing?
Probably just the 100. I might do some jumping.
Okay. All right. Hey, look, Aidan, I'm gonna catch up with you down the line for sure. I appreciate you carving out a little bit of time, hang out with your guy. Make sure you stay on top of them grades.
Of course.
Make sure you stay on top of them grades. Hey, who's your lifeline on the team? If you need help with homework, who are you hitting up on the squad? Which one of your teammates can you count on to be like, oh, they gonna help me get through this one?
Probably this kid named Mason. He in like most of my classes, he's pretty smart. I don't really need help like that.
That's what I like to hear. All right, man. Hey, Aidan, I'm gonna catch up with you down the line. I appreciate you carving out some time, hanging out with me, and chopping it up a little bit, getting to know Aidan Whitaker, super talented, super athlete over there at Saguaro, doing everything going nonstop. Aidan, I'm gonna catch up with you. All right.
All right.
All right. Take care. Boom. Got to catch up with another multi-sport athlete.
Multi-sport guy we talked about last week.
Yeah, he don't stop. He really don't. And I'm looking at the comments right now, and folks telling me that like the only time he rests is when he's done dunking on folks. So I love that. Aidan sleeps when he isn't hanging on the rim. William Shields. Boom. There it is. Hey, that's real stuff right there. So I had to show some love. But we've been talking about multi-sport athletes. That's been the theme, and we're going to continue with that this week. Gridiron, how's everything going on your end? Your Suns are absolutely terrible. I want to get that out of the way so we don't finish on a down note.
They're ahead right now at Memphis, but
for now.
Yeah, we still have a half to play. But it hasn't gone well. I would, if I guessed right now, I don't think they're going to make the play-in. If they do make the play-in, they're not going to get higher than 9th.
Dude, I heard local radio personality / legend Dan Bickley, and I'm sure you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah,
talking about it's time to get rid of Booker.
No, absolutely not. I don't agree with that.
Dude, if they get rid of Booker, not only are they taking down the Footprint Center off the top, they are going to burn that place down.
Yeah,
the fans are going to revolt.
That would be a tough swallow right there. Yeah,
that would be. Well, first off, if they get rid of Booker, that does mean that they have completely decided to go all the way down to the foundation. Because if they get rid of Booker, they're definitely getting rid of Durant. Correct?
But there's no reason to hold on to Durant if you don't have Booker. Yeah.
So
we'll see. That's just Bickley saying that. It's not any Suns.
You look nervous.
So.
Oh, my man Gridiron got nervous all of a sudden. He's like, oh, my guys are going to get rid Oh no. All right. Look, I'm super excited. We got a lot of stuff lined up. We're gonna chop it up, talk about some of these multi-sport athletes, some more of these multi-sport athletes, and we got a fully loaded list. I think I'm glitching over here. I'm not sure what the deal is. So let me see how I do this. Am I glitching on your end?
No. The Suns game is glitching on my end, but that's because I get it through the antenna. And
I think that's just the
weird going on
Suns.
over there. But no, my picture on my end is good. Yeah, okay. I can hear you fine.
All right, let's see if we can make it through the show because it is struggling a little bit on my. Maybe it's my end because it knows that I'm moving, so they're like, "Oh, wait, you better try to keep him here." Boom. All right, is the yellow pad coming up yet?
Not yet.
All right.
Mine is mine is empty. So.
Okay, hold on. I don't know why this is acting up, but boom. Okay.
There it is.
All right, cool.
Wow.
Yellow pad is fully up. On my end, it's absolutely crazy. So we're gonna try to just get through this.
So we get the photo of tonight. Is that?
Yeah, that's your guy Uriah Tennant, who I can tell
really small.
Who I was introduced to by eVisions. So inside the number segment with my guy Gridiron Arizona, multi-sport athletes in the state of Arizona. Brady Glasscock from Perry, he's a wrestler also. Joshua Finch Logan from Brophy, also a wrestler. Uriah Tennant, the superstar basketball player, football player from Prescott, he's not just putting Prescott on the map, but he's literally trying to push Prescott to the front. So ridiculously talented basketball player. Palmer Padwika from Horizon, he's a soccer player. A pair of kids from Cesar Chavez, MJ Woodbury, Peyton Stokes, some hoopers. Dalen Sharper and Donovan McNabb Jr., both a pair of hoopers from Brophy. Also Case Vandenbosch, who I found out is going to be at one of these off-season camps. I can't wait to check him out there. A trio of lacrosse players, Dylan Raridan, Gunnar Perry, and Cannon KM from Notre Dame Prep. These guys super talented. Gunnar Perry's a ridiculous lacrosse player, so he's one of the best in the state. I know that. Other than that, hey, Gridiron, I'm going to let you do your Gridiron thing. Go inside the numbers. Talk about these multi-sport athletes.
Yeah, we'll start at the top there with Brady Glasscock from Perry, 6 foot 250, a senior, wrestling. Was a two-way player in football, both right tackle, right guard, and defensive tackle. Was an honorable mention for the 6A Premier Region and the CUSD team. Has football offers from Bethany College in Kansas, Doane, Nebraska, and Wisconsin River Falls. And wrestling back in January at the Shelby Ray Invitational, which was held in the Round Valley Dome. Glasscock dominated. He went 10-0 in the heavyweight division that weekend. And then in the state meet just last Saturday night, he placed 4th for the Pumas. Joshua Finch Logan from Brophy, another wrestler, 6'1", 280-pound junior, defensive lineman. He can squat 600 and bench 315. Was a second team all 6A Central region this past season. His second year on varsity, 36 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. Wrestling in last year's state meet, 2024, finished 3rd place in state with a 31-8 record, and then just really stepped up as a leader in football last season. We'll go to the basketball here with Uriah Tennant, pictured there from Prescott, 5'10", 160, a senior. Dual threat quarterback, had 2,117 pass yards, 21 TDs, just 5 interceptions, and then 927 rush yards and 15 touchdowns. Also played safety, had 56 tackles and intercepted 5 passes. So he only threw 5 picks all season, but he got all of them back on defense by getting 5 picks. Basketball, he is where he's gonna shine in college. He's committed to UC San Diego. For those not familiar with it, it's in the Big West Conference. They are currently leading the conference, on pace to probably be a 12 or a 13 seed in the NCAA tournament. One of those teams that people are going to like as the possible Cinderellas there. We have lost Chile but it looks like we're still going, so we'll continue on Uriah. In the last 2 seasons, he's had 30 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, 5 assists, and 3 steals. So kind of getting it done in all facets of the game. Last Wednesday, they were in the open against Brophy and had Uriah had 48 points in the game, 16 of 28 shooting, 14 for 14 free throws. Unfortunately, it was a tough 70-68 overtime loss. But the way the basketball works, it was in the early rounds of the Open, so he was able to go back into the 4A bracket, and the Badgers will play home against Mesquite tomorrow night at 7 p.m. up in Prescott. They are the number 2 seed. And we'll talk about Palmer Podwika from Horizon, the junior kicker and also soccer player. He had 8 touchbacks out of 29 kickoffs last season, was 38 for 39 in extra points, 10 of 12 field goals with a long of 51. That came against Higley in a 27-24 win. He's rated as a 4.5-star kicker by Cole's Kicking and was a 5A conference first team selection all conference. Has a GPA of 4.65. And then on the soccer field, he was second team all East Sky region as a midfielder, and the Huskies did make the playoffs this season. Taking a look at Cesar Chavez, a couple of basketball players over there that also played football last fall. We got MJ Woodbury, 5'10", 170-pound senior. Been in the program for 4 years. 2-year football starter at cornerback. Had 44 tackles last season, 5 interceptions. Had a 26-yard kickoff return average and a 30-yard punt return average. Also rushed for 413 yards and 4 TDs. He was signed by NAU after the season. Basketball, he's currently playing on the Champions team, and they were in what they call the pigtail game. They had more than 16 teams drop into the 6A playoffs. So Chavez was the 16 seed, had to play Gilbert last night, and they did win that game by 19 points. So they will move on to play Highland on Wednesday night. His teammate, Peyton Stokes, 6'4", 190, also a senior, also signed with NAU, 2-year football starter at wide receiver, had 34 catches for 558 yards last season, 5 touchdowns. On basketball court, he plays forward, and Cesar Chavez 7-1 last season this season in 6A Metro play. That did win the region. Chili mentioned some lacrosse guys from Notre Dame Prep. We got Dylan Rarden, who is the senior quarterback. Gunnar Perry, a sophomore who played both linebacker and running back. And then Canyon Kayam, a senior that played safety. Looking at lacrosse, it's not an AIA officially recognized sport. It's kind of like ice hockey, but there are several schools that do play it, and I found some record keeping on it. Notre Dame went 11-3 last season and made the semifinals. We're early in the season right now in lacrosse. They are 2-1. They will play at Deer Valley today. They're playing tonight right now at Deer Valley. Their next match is going to be next Tuesday night, and it's a big one. It's home against Brophy, who's currently 4-0 in lacrosse. Some of the highlights from those guys during the football season last year, KM had a game where he had 8 tackles and a sack in a 20-14 win over Desert Edge. Gunnar Perry had 12 tackles and a pass breakup, plus 84 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns, a game I got to see live against Cactus Shadows. And then Dylan Rarden, 9 of 13 passing for 170 yards and 4 touchdowns in a 59-14 win over Sunny Slope. Finally, we got a couple of Brophy guys in basketball. We got Dalen Sharper and Case Vandenbosch, both players juniors. Sharper, a wide receiver, and Vandenbosch, a quarterback. Some of their highlights from this past season, Sharper, 13 catches, 122 yards, 2 touchdowns against Mountain View. And then Vandenbosch had a game against Desert Vista. You talk about a perfect game, 13 of 13 for 170 yards and 2 touchdowns in a 51-10 win over the Thunder. Unfortunately, we don't seem to have Chili back. His internet kind of giving him some fits there. I haven't seen him text in.
Yo.
There he is.
Okay.
just
I
in
don't know
time.
what's going on. My internet is acting crazy though. So
It was your end.
it's definitely my end though. It's definitely my end. I am super sorry.
Your timing was good. I just got through it a list, so you'll have to go back and catch it on the stream.
Sheesh. I can't imagine. I don't know. I think it's because I'm moving and everything is going on. But
Apparently,
hey,
you moved the cords or the router or something.
I don't know what happened, but I appreciate my guy Gridiron holding it down
Yep.
as a true professional.
I was
So,
in trouble in it for another 5 minutes.
oh man, no. I had you covered. I definitely had you covered. So I appreciate my guy Gridiron holding that thing down. But yeah, man, it's a loaded group. We have a ton of talented kids out here that are really doing their thing, and yeah, and there's that. But Gridiron, look, we're gonna try to make it through this thing. This is gonna be one of the shorter shows ever because I can't figure out what's really going on with the internet, and then that is my Kobe big tribute poster. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, other than that, Gridiron, a loaded group. Next week we got a new topic coming.
Yep.
And shoot, at some point we still got to do our Scatterboo breakdown thing. I had some of the ASU kids actually ask me like, "Hey, heard that you were gonna do a Scatterboo inside the numbers breakdown."
Well,
So
he's at
Gridiron,
fine
I
this
didn't
weekend.
I didn't even know, other than like our local high school football players that move on to ASU. I didn't know that we had any of those kids actually tuning in, but I guess because I had Hode on once,
That's
some
right.
of them started like just chiming in. So we might have to actually break down Scatterboo.
I was gonna say we got to do it sometime between next week and the draft. We got to get that in March or April. So.
That's right. All right, we got to find some show topics too. Look, multi-sport athletes has been a cool thing. I know baseball's coming up, track season's coming up, so and
yeah,
volleyball.
once we get going with those sports, we'll do another batch of this. Get some kids putting up some big numbers on the track or some low numbers on the track, depending on what kind of event it is. And then also looking at some baseball guys. I think the track season just started today, I think.
Sheesh. Man, these kids are so active, just like my guy Aidan Whitaker, who's going to do track. He said he's going to do some of the
good for him.
Some of the like 100 and things like that. So super excited for that. And I know Rico Blasingame that we caught up with last week. I think he's a track athlete also. And man, I did make my way out there to Mesa.
Yes,
and
you did.
What I will say,
we're able to coach there.
What I will say is when I was out there, they were winning. They were winning. When I was out there, they were winning. Also got to catch Basha. They had some dudes on that squad, and that really took care of business. So I'm probably gonna try to catch up. And then I had to travel to California. But then I'm gonna try to catch up with some basketball games this week too. Maybe check out some of the girls' basketball teams. Show some support that way. And other than that, I know you're not getting out to any of that stuff, so I got to carry it for the team.
That's right. Appreciate
it. No, for sure. All right, Gridiron. We're gonna try to stumble through this show the rest of the way, and I appreciate you hanging out as usual. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Gridiron always been the contributor for the numbers stuff in the community.
Goodness, it got ugly in the second half of that. I just pulled up the score of that Tolleson Mesa game. Mesa won by 22 points. Yikes!
Dang, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. I don't know what happened. I don't know how that got away from them. And our guy Rico Blasingame had a super crazy dunk in the first half.
Nice.
Legit. My man absolutely flushed that thing. So yeah, super special player, super gifted athlete, and we've talked about a whole bunch of them. So Gridiron, I'm gonna catch up with you next week for sure. New topic. Not sure what it's gonna be. Gridiron produces his own segment, so we should figure that thing out like by the weekend. Hey, and some tricks coming out for Flight Club. So stay tuned. We got some things coming up for Flight Club. It's going to be super exciting. Gridiron, I'm going to catch up with you next week, all right?
All right, good luck.
All right, take care. All right, man. I'm going to try to stumble through the rest of the show. I've never really had to do it like this. Right now, I'm currently on my phone, so absolutely crazy for me, at least. I appreciate everybody always supporting, though. Even through the madness, because you never know what's going to happen. Appreciate Gridiron. Appreciate my guy Aidan Whitaker jumping on, hanging out with his guy. Gonna catch up with him down the line for sure. Super talented phenom athlete from Saguaro. Got to make sure that we show love. Other than that, your boy Chili, I'm gonna make my way out of here. If you didn't get a chance to support ASU football, I do think that it is possible that they are still out there for about another half hour, so you can go support and show love if you can. Other than that, we're gonna be heading into showcase season, spring showcase practices and all that stuff coming up. If you're looking for recruiting tips or whatever, there's a lot of good resources out there. If you need anything, if you got some questions that you want to ask, at Just Chili, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, holler at your guy. I'll be out at some of the ASU activities, and then I'll also be floating around sevens, Elite 11s, various camps and things like that. So other than that, I'm gonna make my way out of here now, because I got to try to figure out what is going on with my computer, because I actually think it was my computer that had the issues. Forks Up Forever. Y'all know the deal.